he stated that we did. Ms. Green stated that we didn't record workshops at the Montgomery workshop. When was it, Montgomery building? And then he said
Okay.
he was to adjourn after.
Okay, what, okay, we got a motion to,
To amend the minutes
yes,
to,
to,
to reflect the verbiage that was
yes,
discussed during council meeting, that typically our training sessions weren't recorded.
okay. All right, we have that motion. Any questions? Any additions? How about second? Anybody got a second?
I'll second.
Motion made and second to amend the minutes to reflect Mr. Sexton's corrections there. Any other questions? All in favor? All opposed? Okay. Okay, we need a motion to go in executive session. I'm sorry.
You made a motion to amend that. You
Yeah.
want to do a motion to approve that now?
Yeah. Okay, we,
But after they,
yeah, we have to, yeah, that's right.
Okay.
Okay, all right. We need
I think the
a,
original motion was made to approve it,
yeah,
and then once it was seconded, I think that was with the conditions. I think it was just stated wrong
Yeah.
afterwards.
so we don't need to vote on it again, though, do we? Okay, it should be okay on that, Patrick. Okay, we need a motion to go in the executive session regarding contractual agreements and personnel.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Motion second, all in favor? All opposed? No action was taken in executive session. We'll move on with number 9, department reports.
There's some, council, if you don't mind, there were some additional items that I had remembered and wanted to read them out now, if that's okay, and then I can provide you a copy of this as well.
Okay,
The Packet Mills Post Office is in need of a new HVAC system, and unless you object, I plan to execute an RFP to receive bids to fix this. Should be on your next council meeting agenda to review. The Christmas parade is coming up. If any council member would like to be in the parade, please contact Jennifer Gilbert and set that up, please. And if you're not interested, just let her know that you're not interested so that she can go ahead and close that out. We've had several grants come in, so I just wanted to give you a total. Since August of '22, the town has received approximately $435,000 in grants for projects, including town hall renovations, public works renovations, PD vehicle, packet station, park design and implementation, engineering costs for the amphitheater, replacement of the fishing pier, and a stormwater master plan. There are approximately $70,000 in applications for grants that we are still waiting on for wayfinding signage plans and a kayak launch dock. And I've got to send this report to you. I got the report back from Mr. Lyles on the Riverfront Park, and the estimated cost to do the work out there is about $9.5 million. And I'm currently working with the COG, through applications and funding approximately about $6.5 million that I'm currently working on through grants with the Appalachian Regional Commission, the Land Water Conservation Funds, state earmark, the South Carolina Parks Recreation Tourism Undiscovered Grant, hard tax credits, and some other potential funding out here. If you remember, with the cloth room, there were 2 outstanding grants that we potentially would have to cover back. And I had been talking to Representative Moss and working on what's called a proviso on the forgiveness of the $350,000 grant that the town received, so we won't have to pay it back. But it should go in the next year's, this coming year's budget, but I just wanted to let you know that's in the works, so that's going to be a good thing, which, you know, that money could end up going back into the capital improvement fund if y'all so wish. I've been working with Paul Wiles, POW, on the first section of the bike walking trail that connects back through Glendale to Spartanburg. Been in contact with Riverbend, and as part of their development agreement, if you remember, they had to put in a kayak launch spot on Packer River. And they have secured the easements they needed from some of the other property owners, and will begin construction on that new access road that will come off Neal Road. And then I wanted to let you know, I had gone to a advocacy meeting recently for the Municipal Association. And some of the, they're working on several different projects or several different issues. They're working on something to address zero millage. It doesn't affect Packlet, but places like Lockhart and Central Packlet currently have zero property tax. And state law says they can only increase it by a certain amount each year. Increasing anything would be over that percentage. And so they're currently looking at a way for towns that currently don't have property tax to be able to start that. Still looking at that. They're still working on short-term rentals in the state of South Carolina. And one of the biggest things that that's going to come up is the DOT is currently looking at what's called a road transfer. South Carolina has, so not just 9 or 176, but, you know, in South Carolina, there's a lot of small local roads that happen to be state roads. So Pine Drive is one, Green Street is one. But there are several other ones that are throughout town that are state roads. And DOT is looking at a system where they transfer that to the individual jurisdictions. And so they're not responsible for them anymore. They become local roads or county roads, what they end up being. And so there's currently a committee set up from the Municipal Association set up with some legislatures to figure out how that's all going to work out. But the pushback from a lot of municipalities is to ensure that if there is a road transfer to cities and counties, that it comes with more state funds to be able to cover the cost of the increased liability that the communities are getting. But as I get more information on that, I'll let you know what comes from that.
May I ask a question?
Yes, ma'am.
Since you're speaking about DOT, have you talked to anyone about fixing 150 right here at the?
I have asked them about, there's currently a pothole, it's right in front of the
EMS.
EMS building. And I reported that to Brandon Wilson, who is the superintendent for Spartanburg County. And as things happen, I report back and let them know that there's things that are going on out here. It may be that, if you remember, I've spoken about this in the past, that in fiscal year 28, the town will receive approximately $600,000 from penny tax and approximately $600,000 from CTC funds for about $1.2 million to do some road paving. And y'all may consider sections of 150 to do repairs with that money when it comes in.
I understood from Representative Moss that they had it coming up, I think this next year, that they're gonna repave 150 from 56 all the way through to Packlet anyway, through over here.
Okay, I have not heard that. I know that there was another thing that came up is, you saw that 176 was paved up to Clifton Glendale. It's not next year, but the following year, they're going to repave from Clifton Glendale to West Main Street in Packlet. And then they're also going to be paving 9 from 176 to the county line.
Okay?
What year is
Planning
that?
Commission did it.
Pine Street paving, what year is that planned?
That number 9 Pine Street
Yeah.
is planned for, I believe it's 27 on there. I also, Ms. Sexton, you had asked about the banners on the poles on 9.
Yeah.
And I reached out to Linda Hammond with Duke Energy and asked if we could put banners on those poles. And she said that, she's told me that we can't. And I asked her why we can't, because I think in the past there have been up there. I don't think they were approved by Duke Energy when they were put up. They weren't? Okay. So we had to get the approval to put the outlets up there for the snowflakes. But I asked her about if we could try to go through that process of trying to get an agreement to be able to put some banners on there, because I know other communities do have them. But she said it was a safety issue, but I'll keep pressing on there and try to get you a better answer than that.
Thank you.
You have some other stuff? Is that yours?
I believe that's all I've got. And my apologies, I mistakenly sent you 2 copies of the August financials, and but I've included on your desk there, you've got it through September, and if you'd like a digital copy, I can email that to you as well.
Okay. Y'all have any questions about code enforcement and the police chief messages and all?
Ms. Sexton, is this more like what you're looking for? Is there anything that you want to have changed on this?
I think I had brought, the first one that we had ever got was fine, and all I had asked for. Okay,
Put it up on the
one we
screen,
got in
Patrick.
June had the company name, the address, permit number, issue date, the fee name, and the fee amount. And then on the second one, the permit fee dropped off. And I think it was put back on there.
So so I can send you the Excel file that's going to have everything on there. It just doesn't all going to fit on a printed out page. So right now it's got the address for the construction, the type of improvement, the description, and the description is when they fill out the building permit, this is what they fill out is put in directly into this description on here, and then the applicant name, the issue date, the payment date, and then the payment amount is the total fee.
Found the copy now.
Patrick, do you mind putting that on the screen, please? Whatever you're talking about, put it on the screen
Yes, ma'am.
so we can follow along.
Not in our packet?
There we go.
Where's that?
Right after the budget.
Right after the hand? What about permit?
There you go.
I think that covers everything.
Yeah, this one got the permit amount and all. That's what you're requesting, when
Yeah.
add it on to it.
There's no other house being built.
You said you're gonna, get that out to her or get us, you know, the whole printout.
If you want to see the whole thing, I can send you the entire, it's got, so it'll have like an ID for each one. So some of the stuff on there was just, I mean, I can send you the whole thing. This was just, I thought that you were just looking for the name of the, or the property address, who had applied for it, the type, the description, the amount, and then the issue date on there. But I can send you all of the columns, and then you can tell me which ones you want to regularly see.
Yeah, because I think the very first one we got was good, and also the second one, but it's like on, the first one, we had the fee, and then the one that came out in July, the permit fee dropped, and now I see it's added back on. I think too, the main status that shows that it's open or closed is a good column to have, to see that it's closed or if it's still pending.
The June, was it the first meeting in June or the second meeting in June?
The one for July shows where it has a column for the main status that showed that if it was still open or if it was closed
Okay, so
or
it would have
pending.
been probably in August.
That one's in
This one right here, she's talking about, the only thing you left off on that was the permit fee. And that's what we need, you know, we need something all the way over here to put the permit fee on.
So this was the one, if you're looking on your screen, it's the one that we had for July.
Yeah, it lacked the permit fee. The one for June had a
So
permit fee.
you want this same one here, but with just the extra column.
Yeah, where it says payment amount, is that the same as permit fee?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, so it says, where it says payment amount on this screen, that is the fee, that's the permit fee.
Can we just add that column that shows what the status of it is?
Sure.
We have to rattle it red next.
And also add the structural type, whether it's residential or commercial or,
When you send the whole thing, that'll have all that on there, wouldn't it?
yeah, this one for July, because this one, July is the partial address, the permit type, structure type, company name, the applicant, the description, project cost, status. And of course, this one we'll just have to add the permit fee.
So just what we had for 725
Just add the permit? Yes.
plus the permit fee.
You know, permit fee and it all fit very well on one page.
Yeah, it's, because that, if you look at that July one, there's not much space on there. Is there one particular column that you,
Well, you can just
Scrunch it together.
wrap your text here, and you can move this over. This is the Excel spreadsheet, right?
yes,
Oh, you can move this over, wrap
just
the
have big-
text, yeah,
big rows there for all the
and you
text?
still have plenty of room.
Okay.
Just wrap your text.
One of the things, if you'll go back to the one that you provided us, the third item down, Pine Street, 7406 Pine Street. So this is in a way deceiving because they didn't pay $54.59 for a new residential construction, single-family home.
That's why I was asking if they want what that was for.
This is a reinspection fee more than likely, and it doesn't actually indicate that. It just says it's a fee,
It's a reinspection.
which is not
It's a reinspection.
reinspection fee. So it should be labeled as reinspection fee.
Okay.
I know that you probably can't put enough boxes to show the total amount in permits they've paid thus far. But it's important to know that that's what that means is, this is another reinspection fee. 1, 2, 3, who knows how many of these are reinspection fees.
It's a little bit deceiving, because that's why I was trying to understand why the same, if that was supposed to be what they paid, why the
Yeah.
column changed from where it said permit fee to payment amount.
Yeah, so 7/30 was the issue date of the permit, I'm assuming. And then again in October, another reinspection fee.
There's 3 of them.
Yeah, but it's not telling you what the actual permit fee costs when they come initially.
Because most likely it would have been that they started the project in a previous month, and then in that month you would have had the
Initial cost.
initial cost on there.
Right, so initial cost, permit fee.
Is that like the one on Broadwood Drive there, at Chad Tessinger there? That's his,
It is.
what? Is that the whole fee? Okay.
Yeah, new residential, $54 for a permit fee. Yeah. It ain't going to
All right.
renovation.
Is that all the thing you want to,
It just needs to say that
yeah,
there needs to be a column saying this is
yeah.
a reinspection fee. And
In a
One with the
permit
full-
fee column.
full fee
It said
and
how
then-
much the fee was. Not initially. Because if he would have come back here in October, then I guess we missed August and September's where they paid the initial permit fee that we've missed. So we don't have August or September.
You can add that to the column though, to distinguish between the two.
Yeah, your initial fee or your permit fee from the get-go.
And I think, I'll have to talk to Mr. Willis, but I believe that there's something set up that, I think that if y'all want to have direct access to it, that you can. I can set up so that you have your own username, so you can go through and look at everything.
you can.
Anything else? You don't have any board commissions or committees? Unfinished business, number 11. Consider the update to the Town of Packlet Employee Handbook.
Did you make all the requested changes?
I made all the requested changes, and I moved section 9 to a section under 2 as it was requested, and then I sent it out to the Municipal Association of South Carolina, as well as our attorney, who've all said that they're good with it. I sent it to them before I had changed the number 9 to a new section. So before that, it was good. I've sent it to them since then to get a comment. I haven't got anything back.
I still have some issues.
Okay.
First page is good, where it's the disclaimer. The second page also needs to have listed at the bottom the 1, 2, 3, 4. The second page needs to read is the same as the first page as far as the disclaimer goes, and that was left off.
So it's still in there? Instead of paragraph form, it's It's on there as bullets. Let me pull it up on there. So on the first page, you'll see the disclaimer is all in paragraph format on here. And so you see there's the 1, 2, 3, and 4 that's underneath, within the paragraph.
And also while we're there, go back. At the very bottom where it says city administrator, I guess that's a little typo, that means to be town administrator, and then I guess you just take out your little,
Yes, I can change that
yeah, to
to,
be the town administrator. Yeah, the second page needs to read the same.
it's the exact same thing, it's just the 1, 2, 3, 4 has just been broken out into bullet points.
But we don't need to change it. Why do you change it? I don't understand why you pull it out. The MSC handbook,
I sent it to them and they were perfectly fine with it.
I spoke with Mr. Wolf myself after you spoke with him. And it needs to read the same as the first.
Okay.
It don't need to pull it out. There's no changes. I don't understand why you,
Just make it easier for the employees to read.
but the labor attorneys
Ma'am?
write these handbooks. And there's a reason why they do it like they do it. There's no reason to pull it out and make it easier to read. They can read it. Actually, if they read it, they're reading it twice. It needs to read as it is written. There's no reason to make that change.
I'm sorry, I just want the employees to be able to read these.
Also, I know you had mentioned that you went back and placed everywhere where I'd asked to add town council, but on page 6, it says, if concerning the administrator directly to the mayor, we need to add or town council.
The next line on there is after reporting to town administrator and.
We're not an
employee.
afterthought.
Ma'am?
It needs to say or town council.
You're creating a control bottleneck. And essentially, you're telling the employee that no matter what, they must come to you or the mayor. And then after the fact, they can come talk to a council member. And it should not be that.
Okay.
It needs to specifically state administrator and council. And that's it. Not after, not before, no direction whatsoever in that regard. It should be council first and administrator. Multiple places.
Yeah, well, that was.
The verbiage, it looks like in a lot of this, like the disclaimer, for example, the document states the term of employment and the document is signed by the city administrator, manager, mayor, or approved by vote. It looks like this is just a universal document that you're supposed to remove certain language that are not of use. And since it's a small town and we have a council form of government with an administrator who works for the council, there's no need to have in the language manager or mayor. Why not just approved by vote of council? There's multiple places where there's just extra language that's not necessary at all. And I think it's because it was a universal document that you have to go through each line item and remove unnecessary verbiage.
So on the disclaimer, we're not going to use word for word.
Why would we need to? I mean, I don't understand that.
Well, I know we just recently changed it because we didn't like the bulleted because that was word for word. But instead of that, we're not.
What I mean is the unnecessary part of having manager in there. Like, why have manager? If it's council, it's council. And, you know, the second page, it says, the document is signed by the town administrator or approved by vote of council. There's no place for signature on there for the administrator. And if the vote of council, you know, then that would be a resolution.
So it's required by law that the disclaimer is on the front, and then the disclaimer is also on the second page for the opportunity to sign.
Yeah, I'm
I
trying to
agree,
find-
but I'm just saying it says that there's also a place for somebody to sign other than the employee, but there's no place provided. Not to be petty, all I'm saying is consistently throughout, there's small errors.
Do you want,
There's additional verbiage not necessary. You know, I asked last council meeting that it just be council, and we ended up with, after reporting to administrator and mayor, the employee may also contact council members. I don't understand.
would you like to send me your comments, or just send me updates, and then at the next council meeting, y'all got?
I think we agreed last.
Did they not
meeting
do
for
that?
And it's not
No, and we hadn't
happening. We
been
just
done.
keep hashing it out in each meeting. Can we just send emails and get it sorted?
It's then on page 7,
I don't guess so.
it was asked there at the very bottom, before number 9, that last paragraph, to add "or town council," where a sentence was not there before, you added another sentence that said, after you contacted town administrator and/or mayor. I don't know why that sentence was added, and it wasn't there even before in the first revision.
And what Tom's asking is, can we go through there, or y'all go through there, whoever, everybody go through there, if you got any improvements or any things that you don't like, it's not right, mark it and send it to Patrick and say, this is what needs to be done. If that way, I mean, we can flesh this thing out multiple times like we've done, or we can get him to do it. You know, you go through there and you've already marked it on, I guess on some of yours, you know what you want. Just mark it down there and send it to him, and,
Well, you know, some of these things.
I haven't had time to finish. I did start,
yeah.
and I had the previous handbook, and then a previous draft, and then I got this one, and then I started over the process. And that's where I'm at with it. I'm trying to get all the way through it. I am busy, and I apologize, but
Yeah,
Well,
that's
no, we
okay.
all work, I do, 8 to 5, and then you got your home life and things after that.
Yeah,
But a lot of these things that were in in the old one were fine. There was no reason for them to change, but you reworded things, you took things out, you added things in for no apparent reason. I mean, they were stated there, like under the equal opportunity, you took out the word "for employment." For all applicants, it's supposed to be for employment, and you took that out just for all applicants and administrators. Some of the areas, in another one in the,
Patrick, excuse me, what did you go by to do this?
I mean, I went through and started just kind of going through and looking at other places, other handbooks and stuff, and I started over in terms of recreation, because there was a lot of stuff that was in the whole reason of going through this is because in the last 3 years that I've been here, there was a lot of stuff that was not addressed, that was not in here. And it was a refresh, a complete re-update, redo, based off of what I have had issues with, or things that need to be addressed in the last 3 years, is what was put in there. Questions that I've gotten from employees, comments that I've gotten from them. There was a lot of stuff in here that was just not covered. And so that's what I ended up doing, was I went back through everything and restructured, redid the whole thing, and that's how we ended up coming to this. If y'all want to just go back to the old one, which it sounds like some of you do, just go back to the old one.
I can understand some of it might need to be refreshed, But to take a sentence and just rearrange it for whatever apparent reason, there's no reason to. A lot of these things that you took, like in the complaint procedure, you listed out how to file a complaint
Well,
or how to report it. In one sentence,
That's what I'm talking about. You have those already marked and things like that. Send them to him, and so he can do it. I mean, we're not gonna ever get it right until, if y'all have some problems with it, send it to him.
well,
And say, we can sit here, day in and day out, every time we go have a meeting and go over this stuff. Say, well, you missed this, you missed that. Go through it, I know, you have your home life and you have your business and all like that, but we were voted on to take care of business here too. So we need to take care, take some time to do that and get Patrick the information he needs to make it right.
okay, but if he's got time to look at other handbooks, wherever other handbooks he looked at, the first place, if I was administrator, I would go look at and see what the MASC handbook guideline told me, and then I would print it out, and I would put it beside the one I got instead of going somewhere else and looking at somebody. What makes sense?
Shopping for,
I'm gonna go look at what the MASC employee handbook guideline says.
Yeah.
I'm gonna compare it to what I've got over here.
Okay, I have a question. Okay, so,
I was still talking, but anyway, what I'm saying, so this looks good.
excuse me?
Right, and
Wait a minute,
then-
hold on, mate. She had the floor, Star. Let her.
Okay, and then I have the floor next.
Okay.
But what I'm saying is, that's what I would do. I wouldn't go look at somebody else's handbook. I mean, you go there quite often to look at things and get advice, so I'm not understanding why you didn't first pull their handbook, because ours, pretty much what we've had is aligned with theirs.
Well, I mean, it's kind of like how the current town ordinances are.
And
almost
some of those
identical to
things
town
would be
handbooks.
changed, yes, some of those, right, and it says so in the little guideline that it gives you there to read.
Okay, I would just like to say, we had this whole conversation the last time we had a meeting. Teresa asked you to add certain things wasn't added, so, conclusion. Teresa, can you email Patrick what you want added for this handbook and let us move forward? Because we are still back at the same meeting that we had months ago with these same questions, with these same ideas. We have to move forward. And I understand what Teresa is saying, but we are back at square one again. So what we need to do is, if we have changes, email them to Patrick. Patrick, can you add them how they send them to you?
Or,
And so we can move forward.
I've been waiting on changes for about 3-4 months now, and as soon as I get them in, I will put them directly in there. Every change that's been requested, I put it in there. So if someone has any changes, please email them to me, and I will update it again.
Would that work, Teresa?
If he makes the changes that he said last time, they were not made, and things were.
And I agree with you,
So if he makes them, yes, or we will be here again.
okay?
He's adding things, taking things out, and then he's not making the changes he said he did, like in the email. I made all the changes that were out. No, you didn't.
Well,
You're still
the
in
issue
there, or
was
we'll
is-
have issues.
At the last.
listen, there's no need to keep talking.
I'm just doing a clarification.
We don't need clarification.
Right.
Just, you'll get the information, make the changes.
That would be great.
Can
Okay,
and we
can I
do.
make a
okay,
suggestion?
okay.
Can I make a suggestion?
Yes.
So, Patrick, from what I'm listening, from what I'm hearing, Teresa is saying that the old handbook was fine. You said it need a refresh. Can you just take what you think is missing out of the old handbook and then just add what you think needs to be addressed in the old handbook? And then that will fix it. Then Teresa won't have to send you anything. If you just use the old handbook, put in what you think needs to be addressed, and then everything Teresa is speaking of is already there, you won't have to change anything. Then it'll be right. Does that make sense?
I agree.
Does that make sense, Teresa?
What, Teresa?
What I'm trying to figure out is how did we get to updating the employee handbook? Did council ask for this to be done, or was this just a new squirrel hunt? And I don't remember ever saying we need our handbook updated. Did we vote on this? Did we agree this, or what?
I think we brought it up, and,
A while back.
yeah.
I think it needed, there were some changes we did make.
We talked about sexual harassment, additions, things like that.
Yeah, but anything after that
We talked about including items,
was
not
was it.
an overhaul.
Yeah, I don't know of anything after that, not a complete overhaul. And I
Okay.
think we made those changes. I was trying to go back and see when that was.
So,
Those changes, nothing had been done since I first got here in
We made some changes somewhere.
Okay.
I know.
Let's move on, and, you'll do that, get that back to us next month.
Would love to.
Okay. All right, consider purchasing dump trailer for the Public Works Department.
Is this in lieu of repairing the chipper truck? Is that the
If
plan?
you look at the resolution on there, the last section of the resolution, and I'll pull it up here. So the recommendation is to, approve the option 3 to immediately go ahead and take care of the brake repairs, which was about $5,000. And then, if we need to end up replacing the tires, that can be done at a later date based off of how we currently are with cost. And then to move forward with option 5, which is to go ahead and purchase a dump trailer. And I'm recommending that y'all move forward with the Horizon LZ7, which is a telescopic hoist on there and a 30-inch size for a cost of $10,950 plus taxes. So to answer your question, we're still going to do the brakes to be able to use it.
So we don't have that on the agenda, are we just wrapping that into item
It's
B?
included on there, so what I end up doing on the resolution on
Okay.
there, you will see where it says, if you look on the screen,
What's the resolution number?
this authorized the purchase of the dump trailer. And then number 3, town staff are further authorized to perform essential brake repairs and tire replacement if funding allows an existing chipper truck to maintain limited functionality during the transition.
So we're talking about buying a dump trailer so we can pick up the limbs and haul them to the river?
We can take them all the way out to Welford. The problem ends up being is with the chipper truck, you were able to put a lot of limbs into
A smaller,
the chipper
yeah.
truck. And with the dump trailer, you end up having to do multiple trips. And so what we end up doing is taking it down to a place in the community. Right now, we've just been using the parking lot down there, and then shipping them as we have time. But the main thing is just getting them off the person's property.
You said in here that the chipper itself is at its life expectancy or something of that sort?
It's getting close to it. It's been there at least,
How much is a new chipper?
around, to get something similar, or, I think we're around $75,000.
I mean, that chipper's huge, and they make so many other sizes that are comparable to what we would use in this town. I mean, we limit our size of limb to a certain amount, which that chipper can do a lot more than that. So I'm wondering why were we buying something to appease? Why not, if we're going to spend some money, why not invest into a chipper? I don't understand that. So we're going to spend 10 grand on a trailer so we can haul them somewhere so that later we can chip them or pay somebody to chip them, or just haul them all the way to Welford. So we're spending more money because we got a trailer. Why not just invest in the chipper?
So the trailer has a lot of other functions besides just doing limb repair. That's something-
Right, yeah, I assume that is the whole purpose behind it, because there's
Right.
probably something that there's a use for that you're not saying.
So the other thing.
What is that use?
So, we've had debris removal, cleaning up alleys, here in District 1. You know, when there have been lots of things, because there's not just limbs that are on the side of the road. And then the other thing we run into is, some of the things they pick up are still living stuff, and it clogs up the chipper, and that causes a big problem. So the concept of hauling it off, the chipper notoriously has been in repair every now and then, and the idea of having the dump trailer is, even if it is in repair stages, you can still remove it from the property, from the resident's property that's out there. So that won't stop. I mean, that's, because if the chipper's down, it's still in someone's yard. This is a way to be able to get it off their property, which is what they want. And then we end up putting it in a spot for now. And so we're not getting the complaints on there, and then we can chip it at another time, or chip it right then. But there are other options we can end up using with that. The problem that we end up coming into, yes, we can end up purchasing another chipper, and the problem ends up being is the truck itself is over 30 years old. We trying to get through a few more lifespans with that until we get to a point where the town can afford to issue another debt service to buy another chipper truck. So this is just a way of just getting to the point where the trash truck is paid off, but it also offers additional opportunities for other cleanups that we take care of out there.
Considering all the costs involved with replacing a chipper, which I'd love to do, but 75,000 is a lot. For 15 grand, we can get our truck up and running and have a trailer as a backup and also available for other things. Seems like a cost-effective way to handle this. So I'm going to make a motion to approve Resolution 2025-11.
I second.
I just have one more question, I'm sorry.
Okay, go ahead.
Oh, okay.
What vehicle is going to pull this trailer?
The F-250.
The F-250? So the GVW of the trailer is 14,000 pounds. What is that of the truck?
When I
The F-250 is a single axle or is it a dually?
It's a single axle on there.
Single axle. So what size trailer are we talking about buying?
It's a 16-foot trailer.
16-foot trailer. It's a two-wheel drive truck,
I believe it's four-wheel drive, but I'll have to
Four-wheel.
check into that.
and it's bumper pull, of
Four-wheel.
course, so overload springs, the upfit of the 250, how much is the upfit of the 250 going to cost to be able to pull that trailer around? The 250, the F-250 was a stock truck, correct?
I don't believe it was stock. I'll have to get back to you on that. But when I
Yeah.
reached out to the company out there about this, I said, you know, I just need the biggest thing we can pull with an F-250.
Right. My concern is the weight on the vehicle. You're going to limit steering capacity. The bumper pull trailers put a lot of weight on the rear of a truck, And I'm assuming it's a long bed. I'm pretty sure it is a long bed, which even adds more to the truck. I believe you're going to have to add you're going to have to spend some money on the truck too, to be able to pull that trailer around. I know you will.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to go ahead and buy these, fit our chipper truck and purchase the trailer. Jason, you want to amend that? You want them to amend it, or you want to vote on it?
You got a motion and second.
Yes.
I don't have any more questions.
Okay, all right. Any other questions? Any other comments? All in favor? All opposed? Okay. All right. New business. Consider the resolution 2025-10 to proceed with engineering and cost estimate services for the historic Packard Amphitheater restoration.
Did we go through this, or y'all
Yeah, pull it
had a
up.
chance to look through this? I mean, this is a project that I think has been wanting to happen for a long time. I went back and actually found the original engineering report that was done back when Wayne Harris was here over 15 years ago. But it's not applicable at this point. So before we can be able to do a cost assessment on this property, an engineer needs to come in and evaluate the structural integrity of the amphitheater itself. And so this is to hire a company to come out and provide that information for Paul to be able to quote the project. So what was great about this, there are very few grants that will cover engineering costs. This particular grant came forward, found out about this last time that Naomi Reed was here, and it was called actually a hometown grant at the time, but they just recently changed it. They provided 6 grants in the state of South Carolina, and 3 of them were in Spartanburg County. So this $25,000 that the town can go ahead and start, it's a reimbursement grant, so they'll spend the dollars. Anything over above the $25,000 is proposed that comes out of hospitality funds in the amount of $7,125. But this, at the end of the day, what's scheduled for this is the town ends up being able to have an actual number to fix this property, and so that we can seek grants to be able to fund this project. And it's also been requested to Lyles Construction that they provide the cost estimates in phases of $100,000 to $250,000 each, so that the project, if it costs, we'd always been told the project was over $1 million, that it would be done in phases with smaller amount of grants that would make it be able to move forward.
So all the town would have to pay is the $7,125?
So the only thing the town will end up paying is the $7,125. Now keep in mind, it's a reimbursement grant, so the town will, up front spend the entire $32,125, but it'll be reimbursed by $25,000 from the Municipal Association of South Carolina. I also asked them about procurement to make sure everything was good, and they said you can use your own procurement standards that are on there, which professional fees like this are exempt from the purchasing ordinance on there. However, we initially started out with a company called Mosaic, who had provided a price on there. And I thought it was a little bit high. I mentioned it to Paul. He said, I've got a guy that I work with on some stuff. You know, he can provide a price on here, and so that was what we provided.
Any other questions?
I have one. In the past, we've had people question whether there's a conflict using Lyle's Construction, considering they sit, or Paul sits on a board, on the board of a charity that other members of town government also sit on. I'm sure you've talked to Mr. Frost about that. Has he said there's any issue there?
I mean, he's not, since he doesn't sit on council, he's not voting for him to be able to get this. As far as I know, I wouldn't see a conflict here. But
I mean, I agree, but you know how we have people that like to find issues.
there's a 501c3, which is kind of quasi with the town on there, but it's, I mean, technically the 501c3 is a separate organization. But, and he's on that, but, no, I mean, that's, it would be different if he sat on council and he was voting for himself to get something.
Right.
For those who don't know, what is that charity and who's on it?
Ma'am?
I said, for those who don't know, what is the name of the charity and who is on?
Sure. It's a 501c3. It's called the Packlet Thread. It was designed to be able to,
The Packlet?
Thread.
the Packlet Thread.
The Packlet Thread, okay.
Yes. And it was designed to be able to hold events. There's some sponsors out there who don't want to give money to municipal government, and so it's just a 501c3 to be able to cover that. And it currently has 5 people that are on there. Mr. Canby, Mr. Williams, myself, and Mr. and Mrs. Hall and Anna Wise.
And so the reason to form the charity was again why?
Was just to have a 501c3 in case it was needed for either grants or because some may not be interested in giving funds directly to the municipality. The municipality would have tax deduction status for the state. I don't know if they would have the same tax deduction status for the federal government.
And whose idea was to form the Packlet Thread?
It was mine.
Yeah, I remember that.
And have y'all given out any charities?
We have hosted community events in the town.
Out of the charity given by sponsors?
There are sponsorship dollars that come in for the events, and then from that, the event is hosted. That's how it's paid for.
The sponsorships are paid into the Packlet Thread, and then the money's paid out to Porta Johns and, you know, different things. It's basically a separate checking account instead of the town itself paying for all of the different pieces and parts.
Any other questions?
If you could just get Gary Frost's opinion on that. I mean, I know what he's going to say, but just for those that, you know, like to raise issues. I make a motion, we approve resolution 2025-10.
Have a motion to go forward with Resolution 2025-10. Need a second.
I second.
Motion made and seconded. Any other questions? All in favor? All opposed? Okay. All right. Any comments, Ms. Starr?
No comment. No comment.
April?
Patrick,
Yes, ma'am.
have you heard, we're supposed to host the next meeting for December. Have you heard anything yet?
Thank you for
And what are we
mentioning
going to do?
It's up to, where do y'all want to be? Just so y'all know, the Spartanburg Municipal Association has been going on for several years, and in the past, it was just put in Spartanburg. Recently, it was, they have been moving from different towns, and Packard is next up on there. And so typically, it's the third or fourth Thursday of the month. And so if it would be the 18th, and trying to figure out ideas of where to have it. It's catered, and instead of each individual municipality paying into every single event, the dues ends up being is that municipality, whichever hosting, covers the cost of the food for those that come out. So it's normally all elected officials from all the municipalities in Spartanburg County. So one option would be to have it at EJ's, and they would provide us a cost estimate for about 30 to 40 people to have it there and to have them host it, and then whatever the cost is will just be paid for by the town.
So how many people normally show up for these events?
About
30, about 30, 40 people.
Okay.
Can you go ahead and ask EJs if they're interested? I know you asked a couple other places that have not shown interest.
Yeah. I mean,
Have you talked to them?
If, we have not talked to them yet. It's figured to be, normally it's done in a local business in the downtown.
Right.
And so they've got a big enough space to be able to provide plenty of room for everybody.
Right. Does that answer your question? Do we have,
I need a plan B.
do we have a date?
Plan B?
Yeah.
Okay, in case it doesn't work out. Okay. Another option you can do it would be here at Town Hall, either the T.W. Edwards Center, you could do it at,
B.
Possibly
Mays.
library. But then it would have to be catered in by someone who has the ability to bring in catering.
Yeah, well, some of the other municipalities have catered when we
Yeah.
went, so that shouldn't be a problem. I like Benjamin E.
Yeah.
Mays.
What about the B. Mays?
We can do it in the cafeteria.
Sure, absolutely. I will talk to Jerry about that. He'd actually love to have it there. and
Yes.
Get a chance to showcase that space.
Okay, that sounds good.
And then do you care who caters it? Do you want to stick to a business here? I mean, Jolly Rogers has been they're a postal code packet, but they're in Cherokee County. Up to y'all if you want to do that. I know a lot of people travel a lot of places for them.
What about the state?
They don't want to do it.
Just so you know, if we had reached out to Phil's and they were not interested.
Yeah, they didn't
Oh,
want to
okay.
do it.
Yeah.
We had talked to them because it was going to be Thursday night is typically when it ends up happening. They did not want to do it on one of their busy nights. We asked them about doing a different night. They said that they were not interested in coming back out for that. So they're very happy with their Thursday, Friday, Saturday traffic. And so, yes, that was the first thing that everyone thought it was. Let's go with, let's call Brett and see if we can set something
Wine
up
and
there.
steaks.
I think barbecue would be fine,
Okay.
yeah. So, that's just my opinion.
We can, kind of put some different options together, and see what EJ's has in terms of the ability to do something like that.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Do you still want to consider EJ as a location, or do you want to just go ahead and go with Ben Mays?
Maze,
I think Mays would be good.
yeah.
This is fun.
That it? April?
Oh, yes, sir, I'm sorry.
How about you, sir?
Yeah, the Packlet Christmas Parade is exactly 1 month away. It's on the 13th, so get your registrations in if you're gonna be in it, and get your floats finished. It's an evening parade for the first time. Is this the first time we've done it at night? Maybe.
Yes. Yeah, thank
Yeah.
you. Yeah.
So make sure those lights are on there. Should be a great event. Else, do we have a date for the tree lighting?
This is the 7th, I believe. I think it's already been posted on our Facebook, but I believe it's the.
And
I'm probably
that's
gonna
gonna come
do
after
the
the next council meeting anyways, okay. That's all I have.
Okay.
Oh, can I ask a question? What about the lighting up here? Are we gonna do that again?
I think that's what.
That's what he's talking about.
Well, no, just the lighting in general, like how we set the amphitheater up for Thanksgiving, or are we doing that or no?
Yeah, so the lights on the utility poles and stuff?
Not the utility poles. I thought we decorated the amphitheater, like,
Yeah,
Yes.
okay,
yeah, we doing that.
so we still gonna do that?
What Mr. Williams is bringing up is the official tree lighting, and then we light all of that up at one time, and then it stays on through the rest of Christmas.
Okay,
So we were working with the churches last year on that, and I think we're working with, someone from Packard Mills, and I think the one from Brown's Chapel. We're still working with all the churches.
Did you say what time, what date it was going to be the lighting?
December 7th at 5:30, I think there's actually a sign on the door for it, but it's December 7th, 5:30, up at the amphitheater. Our goal is to get everything up by Thanksgiving. We've also got some additional utility pole decorations. We currently have snowflakes everywhere, but there's also adding some Christmas trees. And then there was an idea that in Cowpens, they would have one of the utility poles would have lit up figurine of Santa, and every year it would change, and so kids can go and try to figure out where Santa's going to be located. And so Santa will be located on one of the utility poles somewhere in the town of Packlet, and it'll be kind of a fun little game to drive around town and find where Santa's located.
Ms. Sexton? How about you, Jason? Okay, wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving. And if you, all the council here, you need to get with Jennifer and let her know if you want to ride on one of the Corvettes, and so she can get a name plate for you as a reminder. That's all I have. Thanks for everyone coming out. I'll entertain the
Motion to
Motion.
adjourn.
motion to adjourn.
I second.
Second, all in favor? So moved.